From the desk of Justin Kirkland, small forward, power forward, bomb squad. My brothers, the sun has risen on yet another championship opportunity for our team. We've grown to be accustomed and even expect this kind of success year in and year out. All we have is this game. It's just one game. Everything else doesn't mean a damn thing if we don't clock in to work, do what we do, and then clock out at the end of the day as champions. I wish I could be there more than anything, but it's okay because we'll be right back in this spot come spring. But we will never ever have a team like the one we have now, and that's the God's honest truth. Never before and never again. So every game we play together has to be a win and has to be perfect. We can't settle because this is something we won't have forever. Ball out and bring another one home. Kurt.
Swam in the ocean.
Livy was like the place to go. My freshman year, Livy was, everybody was at Livy, went to Livingston Gym, the ball, lift, everything was at Livy. And like as freshmen, we all came together. I remember my first day playing, I met Dan first day playing. I knew he could shoot, white boy shooter. I knew he could shoot. And I met Terry when I was playing there and a few other guys, and we just all came together and we assembled our own intramural team at that time. And we just played on Livy all the time. And then after that, we were still all together, but we knew of other players. Like we would pick up and we played against Remus. We played against different teams. Everybody had their own select team. We had quad squad. We had me, Dan, and my man James. And then Remus was with his crew. And then Sam had his crew. It was Henry, Sam, and all them. Just crazy competition every time we stepped on the court.
I never thought freshman year I would meet, fellas that could ball like that.
Last year, bomb squad, we came in like as a unit.
Definitely like the Miami Heat with Pat Riley as Remus, putting us all together. He recruited every one of us, made sure we all came together that next semester because he knew we could all ball.
I never had an ounce of fear of us losing because I didn't see anybody that didn't want to win on our team.
I've never played for a team where like everybody like really like fed off each other so quickly, and, meshed together so so well. So I mean, it's just like a meant to be kind of thing.
Last year's championship was good because we won the first championship at 6 foot under, but everyone told us, oh, the 6 foot under league, it's like a kind of like I don't know, like a less like a D league kind of thing. But when we had a full squad with Justin, Dominic, anyone else comes to mind, we just showed that we could dominate any league, any semester, any tournament, really.
Last season's intramurals were very, very interesting. We had the first loss of our season, our only loss of the season, coming against a team that we played in the championships, Mike Millet's team. Doesn't matter. But it was interesting and a sweet victory because not only did we feel like we were a little outmatched in terms of height, in terms of power, but our team just had that will. You could see it in everyone's eyes. We all wanted that win. Our whole team was so supportive of each other, and we helped each other get to that next level and take out the team that we really wanted to beat.
Like I said, it showed everyone that like we could actually blow out any team. Blow out any team basically. Doesn't matter who you are, we ain't scared.
Next season, we found out that Justin, obviously one of our star players, being about 6'3", couldn't play in next year's league.
In the winter time, I got into my car accident, and that's how I was getting back and forth to school. And in springtime, I was using my mom's car because she was still sick, so she wasn't working, so I was able to go back and forth to school and what I had to do with her car. But things turned out well for her, and she's back to working this semester. So in order for me to get back from school, I need transportation. So I picked up my third job at Chipotle. I'm working there full time. I have 3 jobs. I work at Chipotle, I work at Macy's, and I work at a local library not too far from my house. It was definitely hard not to be able to play, not to be able to go to school, most importantly, just working all the time.
Justin, I mean, He brings like the intangibles, you know, like that heart, that rock. Like, he's that dude.
He can do whatever. Defensive stopper, first of all. Second of all, he runs the floor like LeBron James, and he can dunk. He refuses to dunk in the game, but he can dunk and put it down. And he's just like all around great. When we got the news that he couldn't play anymore, oh man, it did take the wind out of us and our air. We were like on a rise, and it was just like it kind of deflated us a little bit.
And like, you know, the options are really limited out there if you don't go to school. So like at the same time that it's been hard and I haven't been able to play basketball as much, and I haven't seen as many of my friends. I haven't been able to go out, you know, because I'm working, you know, anywhere between 45 to 55, 60 hours a week. So I mean, it's been difficult, but at the same time, you know, I'm coming back to school with new energy in the classroom, on the court, because, you know, they showed me how fast all that stuff could go away.
I just think they're a very overrated basketball team, more concerned with the fanfare, you know, yelling on the sideline. Not really a good basketball team. And their player, Justin, is the only one that works hard. So I just think, you know, they can be beaten.
I've seen the Bomb Squad before. They don't compare to some of the great teams I've seen before. They got nothing, man. They're missing that Justin kid, and I don't think they can pull it off.
I don't know about the Bomb Squad. They look kind of weird.
We picked up, you know, some new people, Dan and Terry, who, you know, from the start just, you know, exploded our team.
I don't personally know Justin as far as his name. Maybe like I'm better with faces, but like I know he was good. So it was a little tight, you know, like it was tough. I knew I probably had like some big shoes to fill.
I'm not trying to be, you know, the next Justin, or I'm not trying to be Justin, I'm trying to be Dan, you know? I'm my own player, bring my own leadership, I have my own set of skills, and so that's basically my mindset. You know, Justin's such a great player, there's really no way I can be who he is and match the intensity he brought, so I had to step up and make my own presence felt.
We got cocky, and I don't want to say, you know, cocky, but, you know, we got lazy sometimes, and these guys, they came in and they stepped it up. You know, they proved themselves, and I think that had a ripple effect on like everyone else.
I mean, we had a really slow start. The first game, we started off, we really weren't clicking. We were missing Goggin, didn't even show up for the first like 4 games. I don't know what he was doing.
Just going into games, like it's easy to just settle, you know, that's the championship mentality. You win one, and it's like that eases the cravings for a bit. But you know, like as soon as we saw that the games were close, like that's when we pick it up. You know, we just pick it up in the second half, and then it's just over.
For us, I think the first half was just like a warm up for us almost. And once the second half started, we started clicking, and after that, all gears fired.
So it's very clear that we were the most dominant team in the league. And we could just go on these little runs whenever we felt like it.
Playoff time team, we just turned off. I don't even know what happened.
The player one was short because we only had like 2 games, but those 2 games really set a bar for us because those weren't easy games. We played 2 solid teams, and for the most part, in the regular season, the competition we had wasn't that great. So to have those two kind of battles, those tests, really helped us a lot because we needed that kind of adversity.
Tell me, next game, we not eat for a week, man. We gonna eat. That's all, baby.
Well, coming to the championship game, I couldn't even imagine losing. Losing wasn't an option as far as I was concerned. The question was how much were we going to win by.
Like the championship was on my mind the entire day. I got on the court, I started warming up with Dan, and like the first thing that came to my mind was we're about to have a championship game on a slippy ass court.
Justin, he couldn't make it. We on Twitter we were like, Justin's coming to the game tonight. Man, we can't wait. But he couldn't make it, so he typed up a speech for us, and Julius read it, and it wasn't like Julius was reading it at all. It was just like Justin was saying it. It was crazy words of inspiration.
And it turned out that I was closing, you know, because of a schedule conflict, so, you know, I wasn't able to make it. But
3 hours.
It turned out to be all right. You know, I was supposed to be able to come, you know, to talk to everybody, but I was able to, you know, type out a little speech for them to read and things like that.
Never before and never again. So every game we play together has to be a win. It has to be perfect. We can't settle because this is nothing we won't have forever. Ball out. Bring another one home. Justin Kirk.
That was emotional, a very emotional speech, and I didn't really think of it, the championship game, as much
until after reading that speech, because that kind of put into perspective how much this team really means to us and how much it means to him.
Say one thing after every huddle. It's shit. That's the only thing we're worried about, right? Yeah. We saying shit after every huddle. 1, 2, 3. Shit.
I remember the game I was hyped going into the game. I remember the defensively was like a struggle for us.
So the game started, they immediately hit, I think, their first 4 or 5 shots.
It was just, they have a good cohesive unit, the team we played, and we really got punched in the mouth and were brought back to, you know, this is serious, let's get serious now.
Yeah. So for the championship game, I remember that it was honestly, it was probably the best game we had all season. It was the most intense game on the court.
So we made some adjustments. We got through the first half. I think we were up by maybe 4 points, something like that. It was pretty close.
I think, you know, if we lost, it was on us. You know, I think that, you know, as halftime approached, you know, I didn't think they had the capability to beat us. I thought they played well together, but if they were gonna, you know, beat us, it was because our drive, you know, it fell off.
And we just went on a run, and we went up 6-7 points at halftime, and then coming out of halftime we went up another 5 or 6. We were up by 12 points, and we just never looked back from there. It's a cakewalk.
Championship game is supposed to be a good game, but this is too close for my comfort. So you know what half this is. It's our half, second half, and from there we still didn't put it on like we usually do, but we just stepped it up to another level.
That's when we started kicking in. Honestly, it doesn't really matter what the team is. Once we start getting on a roll, I don't see anyone beating us.
You know, Goggin, he had the ball, and you know, he gave this guy a crossover, and he just shook him. I mean, I think he fell over, or he missed, you know, almost dramatically.
Goggin had a huge offensive foul. It's probably the biggest call of the game. It was only about a 4-point game. Got caught off the offensive. It was a huge momentum swing, and we really were just in the driver's seat after that point.
I remember Jules got fouled, and we were in the 1-and-1 after that charge, and he made the first one, and I told myself if he had missed the second one, I was gonna nail the next 2. And that's exactly what happened. He ended up missing, so I decided that I was going to get the ball, and I was going to keep it, and I was going to get fouled, I was going to hit my free throws, and that's what I did. I hit 4 in a row.
So we just stepped it up to another level. They were still hanging with us still, but because that's a good team, but they just couldn't hang with us for long, so we put them away.
It was our heart that, you know, that helped us through that game, push us through that game, our effort. We just didn't give up no matter what.
Bomb Squad, you know what? I doubted them at first, but you know, they turned me into a believer. They proved themselves. I didn't think they had it in them.
You never see a champion really win 3 times.
Yo, what we doing next semester though, man? We're doing the same thing over again.
Still means a lot, but I mean, we gotta keep going. So like we gotta keep staying hungry. Can't settle.
Having a championship again is hardware, and just it's not so much about, you know, the trophies and the actual visual prizes. It's about the, you know, the prize. It's about, you know, Rutgers championship in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You win. You know, it's the bragging rights.
Next season, I mean, I really hope we can transition from this championship onto the next season. And,
you know, just the thought that everybody thought of me enough for, you know, for them to bring it over here and let me hold it. And even though I didn't play a game, didn't play not 1 minute this season, and like, you know, just people be thinking about me enough to bring this over here, let me hold it, and have me still be a part of things. You know, it's just a great honor. You know, it means a lot to me. You know, I love the game. You know, I love our team, and you know, we'll be stocking these up. We'll figure out somewhere to put them eventually.
No discounts at Chipotle. I don't know.
This is a beautiful trophy, and I really hope that next season's trophy is just as nice or nicer.